Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Now guys, I want to thank you for loving the previous content in Turkana. You guys showed so much love. Thank you for commenting. I know you guys are very much curious. You've been asking me more questions, and I think we'll have to go back to Turkana, but thank you so much for supporting that content, and you guys are making me love doing more of this. So today we are not in the field at Turkana. We are in Kenya still because guys, I felt like Turkana was a bit far. It was outside the country. We are back in Nairobi, and it's because I'm having a sit down today with someone I've wanted to interview. I know we've been planning this interview for some time now to keep postponed because a lot of things, my guest had a lot on her end, myself, Pia, we're having just a lot. But today is quite interesting. I know we're having a sit down. I told you guys that we'll be moving around the country to do interviews. But today, guys, there's one thing I'd love for us to get. I was very curious when I found out about this creator online. She has been very vocal about the Indian culture. There are some of the things that I've been asking myself. Some of you even ask. I have friends who've been asking the same things. And I felt, why not bring her to our channel? Let her inform us because I really love her. She's very vocal. And I want you to see her. But before that, I'll just read something small that I found on the internet about the Indian culture. I just found out that hatujui. By the way, we do not know a lot of things. Tunajifanyanga tunajua but hatujui, okay? So I'll read something little about the Indian culture and then introduce my guest. I know she has so many fans. Some of you, najua, some of you are her fans. So keep it here until the end. I hope you will learn something. Yeah, you will be informed, and at the end of it, you'll also be entertained if you have not subscribed to this channel. Please do. Siwezi kuwa najituma hivi alafu subscribe, okay? So this is what I found online about the Indian culture. So, the Indian culture is deeply woven into Kenya's modern society. Brought over to build the Kenya-Uganda Railway in the late 19th century, the community has since flourished. Recognized officially as Kenya's 44th tribe in 2017, the diverse Indo-Kenyan community continues to be a driving force in the country's commerce, philanthropy, and culture. So, introducing my guests. Hii jina yake inanisumbua until ameniambia niite tu Lynn. Wacha nikurahisishie uniite tu Lynn. Introducing Lynn.
Hi.
How are you, dear?
Fine, thank you.
Thank you so much for coming to
You're welcome, Diana.
Well, one thing I love about you is that you were so quick to answer. I was like, ntampata kweli, but thank you so much for accepting to be here.
I appreciate
you
Diana.
for that. So,
yes.
I'd love for you to tell us your name. Please pronounce it right because imenishinda.
Okay, my name is Gurleen.
Gurleen.
Kaur.
Gurleen Kaur.
Yeah, so you're supposed to pronounce the R and the L together. Gurleen.
Gurleen.
Yeah, so nilijua watu wengi watashindwa.
Yeah. Maybe, when I saw your name, I was like Gurleen.
Yeah.
Like I read it just.
Yeah, a lot of people who sema hivo Gurleen.
Gurleen.
Yeah, like girl.
Yeah,
yes,
so
Gurleen. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I really love you and I love your content.
I appreciate
I know
that.
there are some of your fans here. Please say hi to them.
Hi. Hi.
Okay, now tell us, who's Lynn?
Lynn. Lynn is a young entrepreneur who specializes in tech business. I am a CEO of Hapalytics Developers, a company that was formed 2 years ago. And since then, we've been able to design systems, softwares for multiple companies. And we're now hoping to expand on an international level, working with international companies.
Okay.
Yes.
I love that for you. Before we go, guys, I just have like 5 questions for Gurleen. Very interesting questions that I found they intrigued me, and I felt my followers need to also hear this. But before we get there, tell me about your background. Where are you from? Your background. I mean, wewe ni mtoto wangapi kwenu?
Oh, so I'm the firstborn.
You're the firstborn.
Kwetu.
Okay.
Yeah, na nilizaliwa Mombasa. So I completed my nursery in Mombasa, and then I moved to Eldoret for my primary, and then high school in Nakuru, and then university in Nairobi.
In Nairobi.
Yes.
Okay. Let me picture you. Give me a picture of your family setup. You're the firstborn in a family of how many?
Oh, we are three siblings.
Three siblings.
Three
okay.
sisters. Yeah, and we have a single mother. We lost our dad 2 years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No worries. So my mom has been like both the mother and the father for us.
Wow.
Yeah. So as the firstborn, so I'm like the male figure at home.
Definitely.
Yeah. So that's just us.
How has it been being like now the father? Well,
the father
the father picture of the family.
Sure, it's usually very hard to step in your father's shoes, especially for a present father. But with God's grace, tunasukumana.
I can understand because I'm also a firstborn. So sometimes even if you have both parents, there is a way your siblings tend to look at you like if they want something. Sometimes wazazi wanaweza kuwa ngumu ku approach. They come to you.
Right.
So it's very interesting to find Wahindi, let me say Wahindi, and you'll allow me to use
worries, that's okay.
It's very, in rare cases, we find Wahindi wenye wameingiana na sisi. Why do you think that's so?
I don't
even
think
just speaking, the way we unaongea.
I think it's not very rare because I have multiple friends. Because I went to school there 844, so especially in primary, and I'm sure watu wako Eldoret can testify. There's a school called Area Primary. So tulisoma watu wengi, so kulikuwa na a lot of interaction kule. But I feel like like when you grow up as adults in the workplace, some people tend to like seclude themselves. But ukiwa young, in university, in schools, people are very social. So nikutafuta tu mtu.
So you did 844.
Yes.
University ulisoma wapi?
KCA University.
KCA University.
Right.
There's one thing I saw online. You talked about racism. Because racism si ati tu mtu kitoka Kenya umeenda majuu. You face racism even here in Kenya. Indians face racism. Kenyans face racism from the Indians and the other tribes. But the biggest thing uliongelea ilikuwa the way the Indians are racist towards the other people. Why do you think that's so? Because comments hapo Wakenya walikuwa wamekasirika wanasema murudi kwenu, and one thing they don't understand, you Lynn, you're also a Kenyan.
Right, this is my first home. Sijui India naijua tu because my relatives stay there.
I want you able tueleze tu vizuri for those people wenye wanasema nyinyi si wa Kenya. Help us understand why is it so that there's that difference. Kuna wewe ni Mkenya na wewe si Mkenya, mbona watu waone kama wewe si Mkenya?
Okay, I wouldn't love to speak for a greater community. I would love to speak for myself. As for me, I see Kenya as my first home. India najuanga tu ni kwa, wazazi, like my parents, right? Actually, even my dad alizaliwa huku, and like I'm the 4th generation. So me personally, nikiambiwa rudi kwenyu, I really feel triggered because that's like a secondary home. But we do have people that are really, really racist. So I personally say wanafaa kwenda warudi tu kwao, because it's not just racism towards let's say other people. Do you know sometimes they have they usually tend to seclude themselves. Wanaformingi to boxes. So also within the community kuna a lot of classism, So I would give you an example. For example, vile nilikuwa na grow up in the community, kulikuwa na hii trend that watu wamefanya IGCSE, the British system, na watu wamefanya 844. So kulikuwa na classism.
Wafanyi the 844.
Very, very few. Very rare, but wako kadhaa kwetu tumefanya wote 844.
You didn't feel any difference?
In terms of?
Wewe kufanya 844 but your community wengi wanafanya the British.
No, it personally didn't affect me, my social life. It didn't. As long as nilipita, and the goal was to build something in life. So I don't think it really affected me. What affected me as a kid was just that classism. Walikuwa najiseclude ati that class, they are the rich, they can afford IGCSE na sisi we can't. So yeah, it's a very complicated community to understand. Kuna watu aina wengi kwa hiyo community. And as humans, I personally say the traits and whatever, however you treat someone doesn't depict a whole community. It actually is a reflection of who you are. Ukiwa na roho mbaya, that's how you're going to like treat people and all of that. And then also, in addition to that, we have this the colonial impact, and it's not just here in Kenya, also in India. You see, like the caste system was.
Have you been to India?
Yeah, severally. I think 6-7 times. Yeah, I'm quite familiar na huko. So the colonial impact in the sense that you see the divide and rule kind of thing. Vile colonialist wakakuja wakaeka, you know, or like wao walikuwa like juu in the hierarchy, then wakaeka Wahindi, then you know. So similarly, that divide and rule kind of thing also. Pia it's there like in India. So they were divided in a caste, were divided in a religion. So I think a lot of people still live with that mentality till today, of which I think it's very wrong. Huwezi kuwa kwa mchanga yetu, and then you know you're mistreating people out there. Because I've had multiple cases. Tunasikianga historia Wahindi wa hardware mistreat people. So kuna wakanga that you know notion, but iko true. I personally have seen this thing because I had friends, as I told you, I had some Indian friends, and you see the house managers, like the aunties wa nyumba, ungepata wamewapakia, umeona like cups za kukunywa chai, wamepaka nail polish chini, you know. Reason? So that is for the auntie, we can't share. You know, it was like that kind, it was so terrible. Yeah, but kwetu, since my dad grow up, you know, within the Kenyan culture.
There's something you've mentioned about working in environments where Indians are the bosses. Hiyo utokea wapi where people feel kuna so much kukua mistreated. I've also worked for an Indian company before. I won't lie. Haikuwa rahisi. Reason ni gani? By the way, guys, if you have worked for an Indian company, able to tell us your experience, because not all bosses are bad, but how was your experience at the place that you've worked at?
Okay, so since we've worked with a lot of corporates, and our clients, of course, you know, are diverse. We have the Indian clients, and we have, you know, we have multiple clients, maybe like Luo clients, we have Kikuyu clients. So the way they function is very, very different. I won't mention the companies, but we have a Luo client. She's a CEO, a very like amazing lady. The way her company functions, amepea kila mtu power. So, you know, hakuna hiyo that, let's say, hakuna hiyo boss superiority, ati ye ni boss, she's the final say. In fact, to a point, she can't even fire. Yeni CEO but haizi fire mtu. You get me? So I feel also that ways of leadership is very, very different, because my dad also worked for an Indian company, and yeah, ilikuwa tu sawa. For him, the bosses walikuwa walikuwa tu sawa, you get me? You know, I can't like, but him as a boss, he was quite very different, because I remember during his funeral, watu wenye walijaa hiyo, like let's say the crematorium, walikuwa wengi, like I would approximate like 600-700 people. So from that I could know, like, you know, he was a good boss, especially like after him like going and the way the people treat us, you know, just like shows him who was a good boss. So I personally feel ni leadership, the way, the leadership. So wao wanaonanga kuna hiyo like wanaweza kufire on the spot, wanakupressure, oh you have to overwork, whatever. Then also working conditions, because I have some clients that, you know, have issues, but because the clients, you know, you can't point fingers at them. And I think just leadership, ways of leadership. Because also in the families, if you're coming to see, you know, this really roots from, however you are right now, really roots from how your parents ama vile ulilelewa. Let me give you an example. For example, a lot of Indians follow, like they have big extended families. Unaweza pata maybe baba wa mtu ni 60-70, but akona grandfather, so he can't speak in front of the grandfather. Grandfather inaweza kuwa 80, but maybe the grandfather is wrong, you know, but he can't speak against. So the grandfather ni kama mkubwa, the boss. No one can go against them. So I think they also carry that sort of culture into workplaces and so forth. Yeah, but I personally feel that mistreatment, I wish kungekuwa na way.
What's your relationship
with my people? I have a very lovely relationship with my people. Tunakuanga like a family. You know, we are all my developers. I have developers from India and from Kenya. Tunakuanga tu ka familia. Yeah, so we don't have that ka boss kind of thing, because I feel like, you know, people grow more ukiwapea hiyo space, si ati ukiwakanyagia. Yeah, so that's how I function.
Okay. Kuna kitu imenikuja kitu, it's quite interesting, it's very funny, it's what you said on TikTok, but before that, ninyi waindi mnatoa wapi pesa? Because you are Kenyan, I'm also a Kenyan, lakini wewe unatoa wapi pesa?
Hapana, you know, it's very funny for you to just conclude that uni mwindi ako na pesa. It's very different.
Because hamko na sisi kwa slums.
No, that's not true. Because I'm sure umepata watu kadhaa uko kwa slums. Actually, sasa here in Nairobi
amko wengi.
Hujafika Thika Road ukaona Wahindi wanaishi Thika Road.
Guys,
okay, I'm not
kama
saying
jirani yako ni Muhindi na uko mahali huko, hebu tuambie.
I'm not saying Thika Road is a slum, but I've seen going downwards. I personally have stayed on Thika Road for my university. Na niliishi, I was in KCA, niliishi in Kwetu hostels, and then I moved to hizo sides at TRM. So yeah, I've seen multiple Indians there, but it's very funny for, you know, Kenyans to just jump, you know, ulu mwindi ako na pesa, cause like I personally come from a very humble background. My dad alipoteza his parents when he was very young. So my dad hakumaliza hadi high school. You get me? So alianza kufanya kazi akiwa class 8. He started working, I think, when he was 12, if I'm not wrong. So I work from class 8 going ahead, you know, taking care of the family and everything. And Mungu akamsaidia, he got married to my mom. My mom pia akamsukuma. So at least there was a very, very big improvement in our lifestyle ya familia. And I became the first child to go to university. I know you wouldn't believe that. Okay, skia tu mwindi.
In your family?
In
your lineage?
Let's say from my dad's side.
From your dad's side?
Also from my from my mom's side, let's say the first family. Because like I'm the eldest there. But I have cousins pia hawajafika university. So my dad was quite proud about that. So si ati kila mtu anakuanga na pesa. You know, it's just like vile tunaonanga wazungu.
Wengi wao.
No, I just think it's a mentality, because imagine it's a mentality, because ukifika kwa nyumba ya wenye, like ukifika kwa nyumba ndo ujue unaweza dhani mtu anaishi hapa Parklands ama Westlands, but you don't know like the condition in their house.
Yeah, that's true.
Inakuanga crazy, and then watu wengi huishi like 3-4 families, some people. So kuna hiyo distribution ya pesa, like wana contribute, you know. So I don't think it's everyone. Not everyone is privileged that much. So you see, like for me personally, like I'm building brick by brick. So I didn't have a head start. And
I'm proud of you. Mali umefika, you're doing quite well.
Thank you, Diana.
You said something on TikTok. I really laughed when I saw that. You said, guys, finally ng'ombe amenibariki. And I was like, what? Let's talk about that, because comments pia watu walikuwa wanaisha wanacheka, because what do you mean ng'ombe amekubariki? But it's the same things watu bado wanasema.
Right.
Mungu usiombe huyo ng'ombe wako akubariki. Kwanza the Indians. Whom do you worship as the Indians?
I need people to understand when we talk about Indians, when we say Indians, Indians means like Wakenya. Indians are like citizens of India. I'm not Indian. I'm Kenyan. So I'm a Kenyan Asian. Kenyan Asian means like of Asian descent. So my grandparents walikuwa from Asia. So I usually feel like
tupeleke pole pole hapo, because I think that's where the biggest
the problem is. Actually, I usually repeat every time in my life ama nikipatana na watu, there's a difference. Kukuwa Mkenya na kukuwa Mkristu, those are two different things. You get me? So being Indian means like you're holding documents.
We are talking about Christianity and being
Christianity
Kenyan.
And being Kenyan.
Christianity is a religion.
Christianity is a religion.
Okay.
Yeah. So being an Indian ni kaa kukuwa Mkenya, kukuwa Ugandan, you know, that
so you can
kind
be
of
an
thing.
Indian and also you're a Christian.
Yeah, you can be an Indian. Yeah, you can be an Indian and a Christian, because Wahindi, see, in India kuna Catholics. Yeah. So and then
what about you, Wawedi? You're Kenyan.
Yeah, I'm Kenyan.
In your religion?
I'm a Sikh. I'm not a Hindu. I'm not a Hindu. So I need people to understand, in India, the oldest religion was Hinduism. And then kulikuwa na some misunderstandings, and then like people formed religions. I won't say their own religions, but I'm gonna say wali break. Kukakuwa na religions kadhaa, like Sikhs. 6 don't fall under Hindus. 6 ni color singers. Okay. Yeah, they don't fall under Hindus. You get me?
There's a lot to learn. When you say color singers unamaanisha?
Watu wanafunga kilemba.
Okay.
Yeah, the kilemba people. So they're not.
So what differentiates ni religion?
Yeah,
Uko sawa, don't worry. Uko sawa.
Niko kwa influence na I was in Nakuru anyways.
Yeah. So me interact na Kikuyu wengi, there's a problem with R and L.
Sometimes a slip of tongue. Anyway, so I was saying, you see in like could differentiate inakwanga majorly on religion, but then within religion pia kuna kwanga na two communities. So now I'm going to specifically talk about the Hindu community, the Hindu religion and multiple communities. So you know Hindus have a lot of gods. So kuna communities kadhaa who worship different gods. In Hinduism they believe that you see vile Christianity kuna Trinity. Hinduism pia kuna Trinity, Trinity of three. There's Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu and Lord Brahma. So one is the creator, one is the destroyer and one is the liberator. So it's like a cycle, you know, cycle of life. He creates, he sustains the world. In the end, kuna end times, kuna destruction. Kila kitu kisha, then the world starts again. You get me? So it's a cycle. So
do you guys, okay, the Hindus, do they believe there's life after death? Because if it starts again, it means maybe kuna life after death.
Okay, about that now we talk about full destruction of the whole world. Umena vile tunasemanga kuna end times. So now like proper destruction of the whole world. So in Hinduism, I don't want to touch like deeply because hizi ni vitu nililearn in HR nikiwa primary. So in this world kuna kuanga na 4 times, 4 eras. Mwana vile tunasemanga BC hivyo. So AD, such kind of a thing. So kuna the first timeline, second timeline, third timeline and fourth timeline. Mwana vile in the Bible we have the end times. Also in the Hindu scriptures, also in the Hindu scriptures currently Indo the end time. Yeah. So during the end time wakati kiisha kutakuwa na an incarnation. Mwana vile tunasemanga Jesus will come back, second coming of Jesus and the Holy Spirit and whatever. So also in Hinduism there is the 10th form of Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu is the sustainer. It will come on earth and then destroy evil, you know, watu waende juu and then the cycle starts again.
So kuna juu like heaven.
Okay, yeah. But concept of heaven, hell, it's quite different. And there's something called reincarnation. People believe in reincarnation. So in reincarnation, this is what happens. I was explaining in one of my videos. Assume you are Diana. So Diana amekuwa msichana mzuri na msichana mbaya pia. So let's say your good deeds have earned you 10 credit points and bad deeds imeku earn 6 credit points, right? 10 minus 6, 4. So umebaki na 4 good credit points. So nika unaenda kwa heaven, unalipia ticket ya kwa heaven, all those 4 with your 4 credits and then unarudi, una reincarnate. You get me? Until you achieve eternal there's something called moksha. It's enlightenment, like una detach from materialism. Like you know, you're in that state ya kuwa monk kabisa, huna like familia, you're detached from your family, you know, you've achieved highest enlightenment, you know, uko too connected to God, spirituality and all that. So very few people attain that. Nika liberty kind of, yeah. So if you don't attain that, you go finish your, like, okay, I won't say vacation, it will offend people. You go like maliza your time in heaven and hell, whatever, then you reincarnate again.
So when we talk about reincarnation, do the Hindus also have ile ya kuitanisha mtoto mtu fulani because they feel reincarnate through this child?
No. It's not a religious practice. But sometimes inakwanga to sentiments za mtu, like let's say maybe like nikipata mtoto I can name him my dad's name. It's just maybe to something sentimental. I don't think it's connected to religion in any way. Yeah. So as I was explaining, being an Indian means like, you know, kuna citizenship ya India. And then in India now we have, like, we can have people who when you walitoka India wakakuja huku. They can be Muslims. Si lazima Indians, all Indians are Hindus. Unaweza pata ni Waislamu, wengine ni pagans, you know, wengine ni atheists, wengine ni Christians, na wengine ni color singers, wengine are Hindus. So if you're talking about Hinduism, majorly, I want people to understand kuna kuanga na two communities ndani. So kuna community ina worship Lord Krishna. I know watu Sikia hii wimbo Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. So kuna kwangana this temple called ISKCON Temple. I know watu wako familiar. That's something something temple Krishna. So there's this temple ya Lord Krishna, and then kuna community that worship Lord Krishna specifically.
Okay.
Yeah.
So because you said kuna trinities.
Yes.
Krishna.
Okay, so you see in the Trinity, we have Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu is the sustainer of the earth, right? So Lord Vishnu took multiple incarnations at different times on earth. He manifested himself in people at different times. So he took nine forms. Na hiyo 10th ndio sasa the last form yenye itakuja ku destroy everything. So I can't clearly remember what number Lord Krishna is on, but he's, you know, in the in the incarnation.
Sasa mtu najuaje this is my 4th time?
4th time aje?
4th, 5th time, like.
No, see, that one is now God like reincarnating. So it's like, you get me?
Yeah.
It's Lord, like it's God incarnating.
Okay.
Yeah, so he incarnated like 10 times.
That I get you.
Yeah.
But tell me about death. And ile kuchomwa. Is it a must for everyone to go through that process? Everyone who's died?
Yes. A lot of, you see, like Hinduism, ilizalisha a lot of other religions. So as much as I'm not a Hindu, but I'm a Sikh, we picked a lot of religious practices from there. So hadi mimi nikikufa nitachomwa. But I don't wish that. It's not like nikikufa I'm gonna feel anything. My soul would have left. And
would you want to also go through that process?
It depends. One thing I would want for my kids in the future is nikikufa nataka nikwe na kaburi, you know, where my kids can come and cry, you know, their heart out, and know that, you know, it doesn't really, like in the spiritual world we don't know what happens, but for the child mwenye amebaki kwa, you know, atakuwa na hiyo at least place ya kwenda kulia, like the way I really wish ningekuwa nimezika my dad. So at least when I have something I can at least go kwa kaburi yake na nilie.
Do you still regret that your dad went through hiyo process ya kuchomwa?
I wouldn't say I really regret, but on a second thought I wish I could have him physically. You know, that's my personal like opinion. For my family hawaoni hivyo, because
and is it allowed kuchukua the other route?
So far sijaisikia mtu akifanywa hivyo. I might be the first one, I don't know. Kuna watu kadhaa of course, but specifically I've never heard that mtu amekata kuchomwa, and I don't know, I've never seen such a thing.
Mbona kuchomwa?
Okay, mbona kuchomwa? Umeona vile in Christianity we say man comes from dust and must return to dust. So in Hinduism, we believe that the body is made out of 5 elements. The elements, you mean vile kuna sense of touch, you know, see hivyo. So kuna water, kuna fire, like now the heat, kuna air, kuna
earth?
Kuna earth na kuna 1/5. I think it's like ni anger or something. And so like vile our body, those 5 elements came together to form our body. Kani the air in our nostrils, in our lung. So tukichomwa, everything is released. Everything goes back vile ilikuwa. You get me? Yeah. So then the ashes are flown into like a flowing water. Yeah, so it's usually people believe that until the body is ikwe, like not kuzikwa, sorry, until ikwe cremated, the soul haipati peace. Like the soul just roams around the body. Yeah. So actually I don't know, but my friends, multiple friends of mine told me vile we cremated my dad, there was this peace in our family we saw. You know, I also felt it, like kulikuwa tu na hii calmness. So I don't know, you know, I'm not into spirituality and all that, but my friends told me like our energy changed completely, tukaanza tulia kiasi. So, you know, you never know, it might be because of that. So once you take the ashes, so what happens, like unachoma na ghee, you use ghee and wood logs of wood, and then unacha like the body ichomeke like for 2 days. Then you come the 3rd or 4th day after the ashes zimekuwa sawa, you come and pick up the bones zenye zimebaki, the ashes, and like you put in a urn or like a kagunia, you go like pour them into flowing water. So that action is usually to encourage the spirit to move into the next world.
Okay.
Yeah, so Hindus believe that, you know, like after death, like see like maisha ime stop, it's a cycle.
Okay.
So you're basically moving into another realm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you believe in ghosts? Maybe just random because you've talked about kutopata peace. There's some who believe like hivyo. Do you believe kuna ghosts like they have not rested?
Do you want my personal opinion or am I from the
your
religious
personal opinion and the religious?
The religious aspect, of course. Kukiwa na good, there's always evil. That's like, you know, the law of nature. Kukiwa na plus lazima kukuwe na minus, you get me, south. But I personally sijai kuwa na such an experience, but I've had people. My sister is very spiritual, yeah, ananiambianga how she feels spirits, and she's deep into religion. So ananiambianga ako like me, anaiziangalia na sitaogopa. Yeah. So I can't dismiss her, you know, because she's my sister, so I can't dismiss her because siamini. But yeah.
Sawa. Two more questions. No, the weather imebadilika. 2 more questions. No, hujamaliza kutuambia history ya ng'ombe because it's very interesting. You're telling so who in this case anaabudu ng'ombe?
Hinduism generally, Hindus, and not just Hindus, all religions coming from Hinduism believe that not just the cows specifically, ni vile tu the cows are considered sacred because they're considered as a mother figure, you know.
So when you talk about cow, kwa inamaanisha the physical one ama the model?
No, cow, the animal cow.
The animal cow.
Kuna multiple aspects why people don't really consume beef and cow. The first one was the general one.
So the Hindus don't consume cows?
They're not
the beef, I mean.
Generally, in Hinduism, you're not supposed to consume any type of nyama. Ikwe beef, ikwe like chicken, anything, because they say that unaumiza huyu like animal, you know, to consume. But kuna wale wana break laws, like I personally nakulanga.
Okay.
You know, generally you're not supposed to consume any type of nyama at all. But najua watu wengi wanasemanga huko nje, oh, we see people eating beef, sijui Indians are like the largest beef exporters and stuff, you know. Those are two different things. That's an economic activity ya a country. Na kuna sasa the religious, because umeona hadi kwa Glovo ya India, they use something called Zomato. Juzi I was searching, ukisearch beef, you won't get beef. In specific states of India, like in the Punjab side, people really believe that the cow is holy and it's not supposed to be eaten. Now that's like a general thing. And then now we have Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is the destroyer. Lord Shiva is the one who usually has a snake wrapped around his neck, and his ride is it's a bull. If I'm not wrong, it's a bull. So ukienda kwa temple, you get in Shiv temple, now the way I was saying, there's the Krishna community. So now there's the community that pray to Lord Shiva. Yeah, so ukienda kwa temple ya Lord Shiva, utapata, what is it called? A statue ya ng'ombe. Yeah. A lot of people try and relate at, oh, ni hiyo, the golden calf wa sijui wa hiyo, the Bible. No. You know, they are two different things. You know, you can't take religion A and religion B and connect them. Yeah. Those are people and their different beliefs. You get me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the concept around nyama and stuff. So people usually ask me, you know, so you people pray to ng'ombe, at atheists believe that ng'ombe doesn't exist. But I mean to say, that's like, you know, that's faith stuff. Unajua, kusema that you're praying to ng'ombe doesn't mean sasa umekuwa, you know, umekuwa blind, you can't see that that's a cow. You get me? So it's just that, yes, atheists believe that, yes, that's a cow. What they believe is that it's not holy, you know.
What is the correlation between the Indians and the snakes? Because when it comes to Christianity, watu wanaogopa sana because from the Bible, the snake did us bad. So what is the correlation between the Indians and the snake? Okay,
when you look at a broader perspective, that's the general community perspective, it's believed that there's an underworld. And in the, I don't know if you've watched Nagin. You've watched Nagin?
I know there's so many fans.
Yeah, kuna watu wanawachingi Nagin, so wananiulizanga. So the wider perspective inakwanga, kuna kwanga na like an underworld. Underworld as in like a world below us, you know, whereby like the snakes rule. you get me? So kuna all the treasures of earth ziko huku chini, like gold, fertility. So people believe that wakiomba, like kuna kwanga na a specific festival called Nag Panchami, whereby like villagers come together. Like a few states usually celebrate it. People come together, offer offerings to snakes, milk, and then pray for, you know, long life. They pray wasiumwe na nyoka. They pray for land fertility because they believe that they control the land fertility.
So in this case, they're praying to the snake.
To the snake specifically.
To the snake specifically.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So in short, hawaugopi.
Yeah.
And they can pet the snake?
You know, as humans, as much as kuna religious stuff, kuna kwanga tu na our internal instincts. Hata kama una believe like unaabudu nyoka, kuna vile ikikaribia utaenda kuishika. You know, natural like survival instincts haitakubali. But yeah, they just believe that snakes are not evil. Like in Christianity, vile tunasemanga hiyo story ya kina Adam and Eve.
Adam and Eve.
Yeah, in Hinduism, they're not considered evil. Yeah.
So if I've gotten this clearly, kuna wenye wanaabudu ng'ombe, alafu kuna wenye they can pray to snake. Those are two different people.
They don't pray to snakes specifically saying that they are God. You know, you just consider like they are not like a holy entity. You get me? You just assume that there's an underworld. And you know, in Hinduism kuna multiple scriptures. Every scripture iko na story yake. You get me? It's not, we have the Ramayana.
Sorry, let me cut you short kidogo. In Christianity you have the Bible, Islamic you have Quran. Hinduism tukona?
Kuna multiple scriptures. So kwa watu wenye wanaabudu Lord Ram, now we have Lord Ram. He was also incarnation of Lord Vishnu. Then they believe in Ramayana. Then we have Mahabharat. In the Mahabharat now we also have Lord Krishna. Mwenye nilikuwa na kusema yo Hare Ram, that one. So hiyo the ng'ombe thing iko tu, you know, iko universal. Hadi mimi, you get me, nikienda kwa, okay, as I told you, I'm not a religious person, but nikienda, I'll just pay my respect. You get me? Also kwa snakes, si ati kuna place specific ati unaenda kwa budu snakes or something.
Unaona snake alafu unaomba.
Ati no. Though I've had, okay, I personally sijaiona to date, like maisha nimeisha sijaiona mtu ana like ako na nyoka kwa nyumba. But we had one of like our vet wa dogi wetu alituambia this Indian things, I don't know which side of Nairobi, akona like a room, ameka kanyoka, and then like ikitaka kushed skin, like, you know, in a G-coil, and then like they call the vet, ikuji like side the nyoka to shed. So people, like some people, you know, maybe they're superstitious and keep snakes and think that, you know, wakiabudu watapata wealth and all that. But si watu wote.
But point is, they do not consider snakes as evil.
Yeah, no, snakes are not considered. Actually, in Hinduism, no animal is considered evil. Yeah, because this evil is directed to human, you know, kukuwa na greed, evil. Animals are hawana akili. You get me? Animals hawana akili ati watatenda something evil or, you know. Those sasa when we talk about the evil side of in the religion, we talk about demons. Sasa the demons. Vile kuna demigods. So now kuna kwanga na like Hindus have a lot of like two gods. So now we have the demigods, and one of the demigods nika the god wa the sun. The sun is also worshipped. So the sun has like Surya. So Surya Dev is also
I think there's just
demigod.
a lot hapo.
Right. So evil roots from human actions. And then when you're talking about evil in a religion, kuna the demigods, now we have demons. Yeah, demons. That's it, demons vile tunaonanga in horror movies, no? Like human demons.
Seti kuna mtu akona pembe na
ni watu akona pembe, but not like in a spiritual way ati watatoka from their body waingie kwa mwingine. Not that kind of.
Ati watu akona pembe?
Like nikionanga hizo movies and stuff, hivyo ndo wako depicted. I don't know in the real sense how they look like, but kuna demons na demigods like that, hivyo tu.
Okay. Hii ni swali ya mwisho. Do Hindus and you guys and Indians intermarry?
Intermarry huku nje? Let's say
like,
if they're in Kenya.
Wewe na mkale.
Mimi nikipenda mkale, why not? You know, my parents have always been very open-minded, though we have never had such a discussion with them. But vile, I know them, they're supportive. But nikiwa tayari, I know how easy kata, they're very loving. But as much as watu wako very few outside there, wanasema ati, you know, people don't intermarry. I have so many people when you're intermarry. A lot. Kwanza there's a Rora show I'm supposed to attend, like, I think it's August. So there's Kala singer who married I think a Kikuyu lady.
Hey, okay.
And
congratulations if you're watching this.
Yeah, and they moved to Zambia. If I'm not wrong, Zambia or Zimbabwe? Zambia, yeah. And they work there, na wanafaa kurudi wafanye Rora show. So wako kadha, si ati wako very few, ni vile tu hawapendi kukuja kwa limelight. You get me? I've seen multiple. Hadi nikitembeanga hizo sides za Gashie. Because there's a time nilikuwa napita Gashie and I saw an Indian guy holding mkono ya our person. Our person, I mean like a Kenyan, you know, na ni Muindi, like Muindi proper wa India, holding the hand of like a Kenyan lady. It was beautiful. Love doesn't see, you know, love is blind. Love doesn't see. Okay, I won't say ati hayoni gender, but I mean like love is beyond everything, you know. Doesn't see complexion, doesn't see the financial condition. So yeah, love is blind.
I love to hear that. Finally, Lynn, akaka kitu mnaikanga hapa, akaka dot. Nakongani because somebody was making a joke and ni malipa ku record. You click start.
Okay, so people in Hinduism, as I remember, I told you that there's this state of enlightenment, unafika, una attain. So people believe it's the third eye. Your third eye iki open, you know, you become very strong spiritually. You know, unafika like the highest, let's say, unapata enlightenment. So the third eye inakwanga hapa. It's believed that the third eye is here. Ukena Lord Shiva, the one now who has a bull as his ride, and the one who has a snake around his neck, he has like his third eye open. So ako enlightened. You get me? So people believe that wakieka hapa, and then wakifanya maombi and all that ni enlightenment. And then kuna kwanga na different types of this thing. Kuna kwanga na moji na kwanga you. Kuna hii ya hapa. Kuna those different designs represent different communities. You see, like I was saying, kuna hii community. Oh, I forgot to mention this community. I know kuna hii viral thing that went, kuna community doesn't eat vitungu na garlic. That specific community ni wanaendanga, there's this temple on Forest Road. Na kwa very beautiful, the orange one. I'll take you there sometime. So wa wanaendanga hapo, and they believe onion and garlic inakupea hasira. You get me?
You'll take me there?
Yeah, I'll take you there. Yeah, there's no restriction.
Can I also record for my people to
We'll record. We'll record with you. There's no problem. So what I was saying, in that, them they wear a U that has a dot in the middle. So that kayu represent the feet of God, like the feet of God. And then that dot in the middle means like that's the devotee. So the devotee is at the feet of God. You get me? So that's what it symbolizes. Also for the ISKCON, now the people who worship Lord Krishna also have now their own type of that car. Now them they put this big one with this. So those different marks mean like different communities. So Kiona Hindus generally, like their beliefs are not the same. They're very different.
Oh well, okay.
Yes.
Guys, I think we've come to the end of this interview. It's been amazing because in as much as I'm asking Lynn these questions, I'm also curious to understand this. And if you have more questions, please ask, because I think soon we're meeting again.
Sure.
We do videos together because I want us to dive deeper to the pale physically into the temple. We see all those things. And Lynn, by the way, amesema she's not married, right?
Yeah.
Na amesema mkale akikuja sawa. So hata wachonyi wa Kikuyu, mimi nawatetea. Mujitume. But you have to be very smart because Lynn is also a smart
we need smart people out there. Njoo kuna napatanga DMs mingi wakiniambia, oh, message me, but just too weird. You just don't message random people on the internet.
So people do come to you and taka kukumari literally.
Yeah. Kuna kadha wengine ni vile tu sikwangi.
Haujapea mtu chance.
Bado hii ni time ya kugrow. Pesa ikitosheka ndio sasa tunaleta, you know, we don't think forward.
Okay. Well, all the best. It might be you, and then you'll be calling me for the wedding. Utasema, Diana, it's because of you, because of your videos. Nilipata mtu. But thank you so much for watching this video. Expect 1 or 2 more videos from us, because guys, I've been invited to the temple and I will go experience it with you guys. We'll record what we can, of course, where we'll be allowed to record. And in short, we'll be bringing you a documentary of whatever happens in the temple. Thank you for watching this video, and until the next one, bye bye.